Welcome back, Michael. It's nice to see you again, and I'm happy that you've returned to the vast collection of Mr. Burke.
Okay, so we're going to take a look around the room. Oh, what about the poster there? Where's that from?
That's a Madison Square Garden poster from 1964 or 65. Freddie Blassie versus Bruno Sammartino, and it's a vintage poster, and there's not many of those posters around. Also interesting on that card is the managers are wrestling each other. Bobby Davis against Wild Red Berry, and a tag team, the Graham brothers versus the Mortier brothers. So that was 64. And that happened to be, both teams were heels. They weren't good guys. So that was I don't know who they rooted for. They probably rooted for the Grahams. So that's one of my favorite posters. And I've had that for, God, 30 odd years, Michael. Double your age plus.
Okay. What about this poster here? The movie poster.
The Alias the Champ was the first wrestling movie that came out with Gorgeous George. And of course, we've had a succession of various wrestling movies, especially in the last few years. But that came out about 1950, I believe, or something like that.
Okay, and what about this here, the Colored Girl Wrestling?
Well, back in the 50s and 60s and 40s, we had segregation in this country, and in various parts of the country, black people were segregated, and in wrestling, in some states, they could only wrestle each other. They couldn't wrestle a white person. So this here is a poster of a girls match that have two colored girls wrestling each other.
Okay.
Now that didn't take place here in Massachusetts because we were open to integration, but in segregated states like in the South, that happened to be from Delaware, but for primarily down south and some parts of the Midwest, they had segregated matches.
Interesting. And what about this one here?
Harry Manos?
Yes. Was
a local wrestler out of Springfield, Mass. And that was his publicity paper that he had. They used to send out to promoters to get bookings. And that's about 1920s, 30s. Or something like that. And also you'll see, next to that and behind that, Michael, you'll see the Slim Jim figure with Macho Man.
Where'd you get that?
I got that, I think I got that at the store. They were throwing it out. I bought the last Slim Jim package and I said, can I have the box? And the guy said, sure.
So you didn't go trash picking?
No, I didn't go trash picking. I don't like Slim Jims, they give me heartburn. So anyway, and then of course we got the Superstar cereals. Did you have your cereals this morning, Michael?
No.
Good. And that's about it, I think. Let's see. What else can we have? Can I show you? Over here, Michael, if you bring the camera around, you can see, and look down, that's my luchador from Mexico. And right over here, down right there, all my wrestling stuff from Mexico. The figures and everything. And one of the famous wrestlers in Mexico, mass wrestler, is Tanables. And he used to have a little valet with him, or a mascot more than a valet. And it was this little guy here. And that's his figure right there. And his picture in real life just went down the drain. He took a fall. He took a bump, a bad bump. So, anyways, that's the story there. I can't believe that happened. It's all your fault. You have to edit that out, Michael. So, anyways.
What about this picture of you?
That's myself with some famous girl wrestlers. This one here, this here is Susan Sexton, Maria Bernardi. She's an old-time girl wrestler. The great Magnificent Mimi and the Flame, and she had tattoos, as you can very well see. You don't have any tattoos, Michael, do you?
No, do you?
No, I don't either. I don't like tattoos. I don't like needles. They scare me.
Anything else?
Let's see. Yeah, I got over here, Michael. I have a another gift that was given to me by Karl von Hess. This is his cape he wore in wrestling. As a matter of fact, you can see the picture right up there where it says Count Karl von Hess. And everything. And if you look over on the wall there, I have a calendar. See the calendar, August 2011, which has a picture of Jerry the King Lawler. Every year I make up a calendar for myself and a few selected friends, and I give those calendars out as Christmas presents. Be nice if you got on that list, Michael, someday, and everything. And this here is a loving cup which was given to Jack Pfeffer, the great wrestling promoter, by another great wrestling promoter, Tony Santos. And the other one, gorgeous, and this here, here's another item here of interest, Michael, is a Georgie pin, an original Georgie pin from Gorgeous George. He used to go in the ring, he used to throw them out before the matches. And as you can see, if you just scan the photos here and everything, I have Jimmy Cornette, Paul Bosch, Ken Patera, Billy Anderson, Mike Shaw, Bull Curry, Lou Thez, and quite a few others. William Regal when he was here, Steve Regal, Pepper Gomez, all these great, Ric Flair, the fabulous Moolah, and the Elephant Boy. The Elephant Boy was a good friend of mine who became a Catholic priest, Father Bill Olivas. And even hats. I got some hats up there too, Michael, if you see the hats. From Slammer's Gym, UWF, Boyd Pierce's hats he put, and Karl von Hess hat. So it's good. How are we doing on time? Okay, and then we have over here, Michael. This is from Mountain Park in Holyoke, Mass. Where you know where Mountain Park is, or you know where Holyoke is, and that was at Holyoke on June 23rd, 1965. Golden Boy Dupree versus Bruno Sammartino. And we had the midgets and Maurice Chevalier, who was Magnificent Chevalier, who became Chris Cole, who was a good friend. I have a wrestling buddy here, in Macho Man. You have one of those, Michael?
No, but what about this?
And the tambourine. Well, that was in my days when I used to be in a band. That's what I played. And then, of course, I have the world famous comic book that I did. I did the text, and my friend Dan Pettiguli did the artwork, since I can't draw a straight line.
Just show your name on the book.
Thank you, Michael. And that's about it.
Okay, thank you for your time, Mr. Burke.
Well, you're very welcome. Now, I have a question for you. How much do I have to pay you for all this?
Okay. I thought you were gonna charge me.
I'm going to charge. You should charge me.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michael.